Hey class, Google Earth extra credit assignment here. I wanted to give you a little walkthrough of the web-based version of Google Earth that I suggest you use for this assignment. So I'm just going to share my desktop and sort of walk you through how it works really quickly. You could also, look for YouTube videos online for tutorials and whatnot. But here's a specific tutorial for what you need to do for the extra credit assignment. So just go to Google Earth in your web browser. I got a PC here, but it's going to be similar for you folks with Macs. When you open it, it might look something like this. I've used it a fair bit before, so I have some existing maps on there. But what you want to do is just to go first to the map view. So if you just go to Explore Earth here, another way is going to New here and just do New Map. Two ways of getting at the same thing. And you see here, the globe here, for navigation, you can just click and drag here. And then if you have a scroll wheel on your mouse, you can scroll into zoom, which is nice. Um, Another good trick for navigating is if you hold down the shift key and then move your mouse around, you can sort of grab and tilt and then zoom in and tilt some more and rotate, which is the cool part. Makes it a little more interesting than just like Google Maps. That's a little two-dimensional. Google Earth is three-dimensional. See that? So you can, by holding down Shift and doing that, you can get a really cool perspective on the topography, which I'll want you to do for this assignment. So the assignment here is just to put a place mark on the map and then to add some description and submit it as a KML file. So what we're going to do to place that place mark is you can go up here to this plus and you can add a folder here and it'll create a little like navigation tree on this side. I like to do that just to organize things a bit. And you can call this folder Google Earth extra credit. In your Lab 3 assignment, you're going to have to create many place marks, and it's good to put them all in a folder because then you're going to submit that folder as a KML file. This one is only going to be one place mark, but I just want to show you how to make a folder anyway. So there's our folder created over here. And now we want to add a place mark. And I'm just going to go up here to add and go to place mark. Now you see I'm sort of, when I hover on the map, you see I have a pin and I can drop that anywhere I want. I can zoom around. This little hilltop here looks cool. So I click it and drop it there. And now this box over here is the information for that place mark. I can name it, example, place mark. And you can see it also appears over here underneath my folder. It's like nested in there, which is nice. I can change the icon, make a little flag, change the color, play around with it that way. What I want you to do in a requirement for the assignment is to add a description and add some media. So add a description. This is like example place mark. You would write, yeah, I like to visit this place or something. Whatever it is, the assignment is to pick a place you like to vacation or a place you've been that you think is really cool and put the place mark, but I'll just do that. And then now I didn't add the media. I also want to add a photo of this place. That's the other thing we need to do for this assignment. So I haven't done that, so I'm going to click the edit button here. We have our misspelled description already in there, but I want to add that media, right? So how do I do that? Right there. There's the button, add media. So I upload an image file, and let's go here. This is this example image of the Earth. You would add maybe a photo from when you've been there or whatever, but this is where you add the media down here, and this is where the description is up there. One more thing I want you to do, which is cool. Zoom into it and get the best angle on it. Remember, hold down Shift, and you can rotate around that you think looks the coolest. And then go down here and it says capture this view. And look at all these coordinates here for the heading, the tilt, the range, the longitude, latitude. That's like all the different directions in three-dimensional space for this particular view on that pin. So once you hit capture view here, those all update and then you hit done. So now when I go to my pin later, it'll not just zoom in and look down on it. It'll zoom in and sort of sweep across and get this exact view, and it'll have the photo and it'll have the description there. And that's a really rich place mark, right? It has a good angle on the location. It has the inserted photo and it has some descriptive text. And so those are the requirements of this assignment. So it looks like I did them all there. And here's my place mark. Now you got to submit the assignment. So what you're going to do is highlight this. And see when I click on there, I've highlighted it. That's the folder this is in. And I would say go for the folder, submit it as a place mark in a folder, as opposed to highlighting just the pin and submitting the KML file for the pin. The KML is Google's extension file for their program. So I'd go up here and highlight it. And now we're going to go to File and go to Export as KML. And you see in my Downloads folder, this just highlighted up here. And this is, I can click here to actually navigate to my downloaded KML file. The boring name of untitled map, I could name it a earned extra credit or something. And then this is what you submit to the Canvas site, and you should be done. And so there's a quick tutorial on how to do that. If you have any questions, please reach out. Thank you so much. Happy Googling.